The key of the public library in America is it is the place where all people, regardless of their economic situation, regardless of whether or not they are a citizen, regardless of whether or not they have a job or own a home, where they can come to learn, to get information, to be entertained, and to become a contributing part of this society.
The library is a place where people from all cultures and ages gather to convene and to become a neighborhood where we can all share our own thoughts and experiences.
Libraries are vital. They are the bedrock of education of our children and of those who are older who need additional education.
The more educated, the well-informed, the populace, the more productive they will be, and they will contribute more positively to the economy. And they will be more competitive in this very competitive new world.
Sutter County is primarily an agricultural county, and our clientele in our libraries are primarily people who are either involved in agriculture or support agriculture. Many residents do not have computers at home, and so access to computers at the library is their one opportunity to have computers.
But adding the technology, we've had to learn so much more, not only to access the databases to help the patrons, but also to instruct them in the use of this new technology.
I teach at-risk 5th through 8th graders in this community. This morning I had a raise of hands for what they thought about the library here, and they all had comments. It was cool, it's great, we love it. This place provides them with the technology that they're going to need in the workforce. And if they don't know how to do it now, in 5 years, they're going to be at a huge disadvantage, which is a disadvantage to the community, really.
Well, when you build a new library, renovate a new library, it becomes a community anchor. And when people look out and see a brand new library built, they're saying that the city believes in us. Just think they're putting a brand new library, renovated library in my community. They must really believe in me.
The people who come into the library are benefiting from technology in great ways. We see a lot of job search information. We had a wonderful mother who has a daughter who come in regularly to the library, very good patrons, and she was completing a job search and was hired as a pharmacy assistant.
I love my job. I love my job. I love the people I work with. I love the customers. I came here and applied online. Currently, I am, again, without computer use at home, and I come here about twice a week now to do research because I'm trying to start my own business. And with the help of the library right now, I really believe I will be able to start my business.
I had gone to a workshop earlier about the world of gaming. This was at the American Library Convention. And I said, well, let's try it at Corvers Bay, because here we're going to be in front of a school, and we're really in the middle of nowhere, and our primary population that we're going to be serving are these young students.
We use the Xbox to get them in here. Once we get them in here, we could teach them the library. Then we'll be able to, introduce them to the special programs that we have.
A lot of teenagers play video games. So what we do with the gaming club is we use incentives along with the gaming club. One of the requirements is that you have to check out 4 items per month. There's a guy who was on the football team. He wasn't eligible to play football this year, and so he started coming over here after school, and I'm seeing him in here practically every day after school, and it's keeping him out of the streets.
I'm still a traditionalist. I want to incorporate more with the reading and more with the writing. But I think that there are ways of doing this that will appeal to the young people.
We wanted people to come in here and say to themselves, this isn't what I expected. So we achieved it. We had people from the neighborhood when we opened who wandered over here and said, I thought this was a mall. And we said, it is. Come on in. It's an information mall.
I came into the library system in the time when there were the old dark paneled walls and the books and the shelves and the lady at the desk that told you where to go get something. The library is very different now, and people really are utilizing technology. I guess the most exciting thing I feel is when I see the young people in here learning, and learning almost on a global scale. And at the same time, you see older people or blue-collar workers that are coming in to do their income tax on a computer or to access Medicare questions. And that's what libraries now can offer.
Whenever I go to the library, I feel really privileged. I feel very lucky. I feel free.
We are in the business of satisfying the customer's need to know. People need to know. If they don't know what they need to know to have a life, they don't make a great community resident. If you don't have good community residents, your community dies.
If there were no public libraries, that would be, well, I could say tragic. It would be highly disappointing. It would, to me, be a betrayal of notions of democracy and equality and justice, because access to that information is part of what makes all of that work.
Funding has to increase for libraries, yes. Funding has to increase for education in general, and the libraries are part of education.
You cannot afford not to support your public library. The public library is the source of lifelong learning for the people of your city. It is a quality of life institution.